Do it.
Hello everybody and welcome back to a special edition episode of ACMG TV's The Playground. I am your host Xavier Josiah, here to always provide you with all things anime, comics, movies, and games. I finally got my hands on the much anticipated sequel to what I call the greatest reboot ever made, at least for fighting game's sake, that being Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 10 if you will, for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. How did this all fare up from the previous storyline? How does the gameplay go? How does the graphics look? And how does it work with the PS Vita? Well, we're going to find out all that and more in this episode of The Playground.
Locked him up in the Netherrealm.
The much anticipated sequel to the blockbuster fighting game is back. Mortal Kombat X, or actually the reboot of Mortal Kombat 4, picks up right where the last game left off. Taking place years after the altered events of the first Mortal Kombat, we find the survivors forming an alliance to defeat any further threats that may compromise Earthrealm. This time, the main antagonist is Shinnok of Mortal Kombat 4. You know, the game we wanted to forget. For those of you who played the last Mortal Kombat, you will remember him appearing at the end of the game to reveal that everything that happened was manipulated by him and Quan Chi in order to release him from imprisonment that the Elder Gods put him in the first place. And now that Shinnok is free, he is able to attempt to rule the world the way he vowed to conquer it so long ago. Many of the original cast of characters that died during the last game at the hands of Shao Kahn and his army resulted in Quan Chi inhabiting their souls to make their own elite army, including Liu Kang, who was killed by Raiden. This, in fact, led to an entire new generation of characters for this game, all of which are related or connected to previous characters in the original 3 games. The story here is actually quite interesting as it mostly focuses on Johnny Cage and his newly acquired family, consisting of the former wife Sonya Blade and their daughter Cassie Cage, who actually bears the characteristics of both former Mortal Kombat contestants. Cassie leads the charge of a new Special Forces unit consisting of Jackie Briggs, daughter of Jax, Takahashi Takeda of the Shinrai Ryu and father of Kenshi, and Kung Jin, who is said to be the first openly gay character in the Mortal Kombat universe, which is great except for the fact that the knowledge of his sexual orientation adds nothing to the story. In fact, they never even really mention it or focus on it in the story. No lover to save or no significant other to team up with that will make it even remotely relevant to the story at all. And while Shao Kahn is dead at the hands of the former champion of Mortal Kombat and now super dead Liu Kang, Outworld is now in the hands of the mighty Aztecish Outworlder named Kotal Khan. This character is a great addition to the series, who is sort of an in-between character who bears no alliance with Earthrealm or Shinnok. The game's storyline overall is good. However, I do feel a bit of disbelief with the focus on the Cage Blade family, and that is mostly because they were considered the second-tier characters for years, and all of a sudden they are the mightiest of the mighty. I mean, let's be real here. Johnny Cage was considered comic relief for the majority of the Mortal Kombat series, including the reboot. And Cassie Cage being a good character doesn't make it any better. While she is a good addition to the series, her moveset doesn't really scream, I am the main protagonist. I mean, come on. Bullets versus supernatural abilities, you be the judge. Mortal Kombat X wouldn't be complete without its robust features, such as Tower Mode, which is in fact their arcade mode, complete with endings for each character once you beat the game. Test Your Might is a feature that allows you to fight with obstacles and challenges. A new feature this year called Faction Mode, which allows you to join a guild and complete challenges against other guilds online. And of course mini games, including QTE sequences during the story mode, amongst other things. And of course, no Mortal Kombat would be complete without Crypt Mode, which unlocks many cool items when you earn money during gameplay. Speaking of gameplay, MKX has tons to offer this time around. This time, they have more ways to fight using a choice of 3 different fighting styles for each character. And the fatalities? Oh wow. The fatalities are as deadly as ever. Adding insult to injury this year, this game brought back brutalities, which is more crazy ways to destroy your opponent. You think that's good? If you happen to own a PS Vita and want to play the game while your significant other or you wants to watch TV, not to worry. The PS Vita's ability to use remote play will allow you to play fluently on the PS Vita, provided that you have a strong Wi-Fi internet connection. Along with all of these features, you still have the DLC packs, which can be purchased one at a time or by acquiring the Season Pass, which gives you all of the characters and skins, as well as other content provided. And this year's DLC packages are a real treat. They had to try and top what they did last year with Freddy Krueger and Kratos from God of War. Keeping up with its horror theme, NetherRealm went deep into the darkness and science by getting the rights to Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees and the Predator as DLC characters for you to use, along with Goro. At this time, only Jason Voorhees has been released, and he unleashes just as much brutality as the rest, maybe even more, which makes him perfect for this series. Overall, despite the okay storyline, the game in a whole is a great experience with much replay value to have. You will guarantee to be playing this for hours on end. Mortal Kombat X gets a solid A for me. Maybe the fighting game that will be on top of the mountain for quite some time. At least until Tekken 7 or Street Fighter 5 knocks it right off. Until then, enjoy. That is it for this edition of The Playground. Thank you guys very much for checking us out. And quick shout out to our ACMG member Timothy Carter for hooking me up with the Dragon Ball Z gear. He sent me the link. He's Mr. T, if you will, t-shirts. And this is pretty cool. And always check out his links to t-shirts. It's really freaking cool and phenomenal. And they eventually do come sooner or later. So thank you guys for that. Also, if you want to see more of what ACMG TV and ACMG in general has to offer, go check us out on our ACMG blog called The Warp Zone. So go to acmgwarpzone.com. You can see this episode, you can see other episodes, you can see our new podcast, which is ACMG Presents Talk Time Live, which is now officially on acmgwarpzone.com, as well as on iTunes if you have that. So if you're on iTunes, definitely subscribe, review, rate us, write a review for us, because that'll benefit us, that'll benefit ACMG just as much. And we have a lot of fun. Lou Johnson, Terrence T-Mobile Simon, Joanne Carr, and Andre Stokes all host the show, and you'll have a great time, no doubt. So check us out on iTunes, check us out on acmgwarpzone.com, and look forward to seeing what we have in store for more this year. So that is it for now, guys. I am Xavier Josiah of ACMG TV. I'm out. Take care.